They say money can buy anything, except loyalty. And when a man builds an empire so high that the world looks tiny beneath him, he often forgets one thing. The people standing right next to him can destroy him faster than his enemies ever could. Tonight's story is about Alexander Grant, one of America's youngest self-made billionaires, a visionary, a creator, and a man who trusted the wrong person. This is the story of how he lost everything. Not to failure, not to the market, but to betrayal. Alexander Grant wasn't born rich. His childhood was a small apartment in Cleveland, a single mother, 2 part-time jobs, and an old computer he rebuilt from scrap. At 19, he created a software tool that predicted market shifts using behavioral signals. By 25, he launched Grant Dynamics, a tech empire blending AI, finance, and security systems. Within 5 years, net worth, $4.2 billion, offices in 32 countries, a private jet, homes on both coasts, and a reputation as America's visionary son. But the one thing he held closest wasn't his wealth. It was his loyalty to the people he loved. And among those people was his childhood friend, Ethan Cole. Ethan and Alex met in high school. Ethan wasn't brilliant, but he was charming, persuasive, someone Alex believed would never betray him. Alex made Ethan his chief operating officer, a move his board questioned many times. Board member, Alex, Ethan doesn't have the experience. Alex, he has something better, trust. Ethan knew. Every password, every expansion plan, every partnership, every weakness, and he knew Alex's biggest blind spot, his belief that loyalty could never be bought. At a charity gala, Alex met Victoria Hale, a finance consultant with razor-sharp intelligence and an elegance that could silence a room. Ethan watched the way Alex looked at her, and he saw opportunity. Victoria slowly became part of Alex's inner circle. Dinner meetings, weekend charity events, strategy sessions. But what Alex didn't know was this. Victoria and Ethan had known each other long before Alex met her. They weren't strangers. They were partners. Partners with a plan. As Alex expanded into global security systems, he developed Project Helios, an AI defense platform that could protect governments from cyber attacks. If released, it would reshape the world. But the government contracts required absolute internal trust. And that's where Ethan started planting the seeds. He slowly reduced Alex's control. He moved certain funds, shifted department heads, rewrote internal access privileges, and Alex, blinded by loyalty, would have proved everything. Victoria played the emotional game. She convinced Alex that the board was growing paranoid, that only Ethan could be fully trusted. Alex believed her. He didn't know he was signing his own downfall. One night, Alex returned from a business trip to find the office unusually quiet. Then his head of security whispered, "Head of security, sir, your access has been restricted." Alex, what do you mean restricted? I'm the CEO. But his ID badge didn't work. His email was frozen. His accounts were locked. Suddenly, a board meeting was called. Ethan sat at the head of the table. Ethan, Alex, the board has voted. You're being removed as CEO of Grant Dynamics, effective immediately. Alex, on what grounds? Ethan, financial mismanagement, breach of trust, and emotional instability. Victoria entered the room. She didn't even look guilty. Victoria, I'm sorry, Alex. I can't support you anymore. The board sided with Ethan. Documents appeared, all forged. Signatures, digitally mimicked. Transactions, one framed against Alex. His empire, gone in one night. The media exploded. Tech tycoon removed for fraud. Billionaire's downfall, employee coup. Ethan Cole takes over Grant Dynamics. Alex couldn't even speak publicly. Legal restrictions blocked him. Banks froze his assets. Investors sued him. He lost his penthouse, his jet, even his mother's house. The world that once called him a genius now dragged his name through the mud. He hit rock bottom. No money, no company, no friends, no home. He lived out of a small rental car for a few weeks, hiding from cameras. And in that silence, he realized something. He built an empire out of innovation, but never learned to guard his trust. One night, while reviewing old backups on an old laptop, Alex found something. A hidden log file from Project Helios. It contained messages between Ethan and Victoria, their offshore accounts, Their forged documents, proof of their conspiracy. It was everything he needed. But Alex didn't go to the media. He didn't go to the board. He went directly to the Justice Department. The government investigated quietly for months. And then, federal agents stormed Grant Dynamics headquarters. Ethan and Victoria were arrested for corporate fraud, embezzlement, identity forgery, international data manipulation. The empire they stole came crashing down overnight. Alex wasn't there to see them get handcuffed. He didn't need to be. A major investor approached Alex with an offer. Investor, you've proven something rare, Alex, not intelligence, but character. Let's rebuild. Alex didn't want revenge anymore. He wanted purpose. He created a new company, Phoenix Systems. Smaller, cleaner, built on ethical AI and transparency. The world slowly realized the truth. His name was restored. Documentaries were made. Interviews were published. But he never returned to the billionaire lifestyle. Not because he couldn't, but because he no longer wanted to. Money can buy the world. But loyalty, that must be earned. Alexander Grant lost everything because he trusted the wrong people. But he gained more than he ever had. Wisdom, peace, and a life free from the chains of ego. In the end, betrayal didn't destroy him. It rebuilt him stronger. So from this story we learn that sometimes the fall is the beginning of the rise you truly needed.